Are you always coming up with ideas? Do you marvel at successful business owners? Do you hate being told what to do? Ever take things apart just to see how they work? Are you a dreamer? If you've answered yes to any of these questions, this podcast is for you. Welcome to the Entrepreneurial Enclave with Kevin Wortham, the podcast that focuses on building, maintaining, pivoting, planning, and investing in you, the entrepreneur. But first, a word from our sponsor.
Pro Tapes and Specialties is the world leader in tape manufacturing and specialty conversion with over 40 years of experience. In addition to our pro brand of high-quality specialty adhesive tapes, we provide contract converting services that help improve your profitability, streamline your supply chain, and reduce inventory cost. We offer the most complete range of converting capabilities in the industry, such as cloth tape, double-coated tape, specialty tape, paper tape, masking tape, vinyl tape,
carton sealing tape, adhesive transfer tape, duct tape, foam tape, electrical tape, filament tape, foil tape, reflective tape.
And the tape just keeps on rolling. Visit us online today at www.protapes.com or call us at 800-345-0234. Pro Tapes, it's just how we roll.
Welcome to another fantastic episode of the Entrepreneur Enclave, Life's Coming Attraction. This brother was so fantastic when he was here in April that we needed to do a part two just to follow up so I can sing his praises and, as they say, give him his flowers. Welcome back to the platform, my brother, my friend, Kervyn. Mark, what's going on, doctor? How are you?
I'm fine, man. How are you, Kev? Everything is good?
Good. I am well, man. Listen, I want to tell you something, man. I had so many compliments as to you coming down and your sense of humility. That's the kicker, man. You are so humble, my God.
It's just playing tunes, man. Just playing tunes. That's all it is.
Well, so you say it's just playing tunes, but knowing your background, it was refreshing to see how humble you are and still continue to be. But the other thing, The other thing I wanted to say too, man, is that I had a few people come to me and says, "Man, he never changed the music." And I said, "No, he's just blending so smoothly. So from the time you got on the decks to the time you left, it seemed like it was one seamless, endless song. And that's the sound. That's the premise of a good DJ, man."
Thank you.
Excellent.
Thank you.
So I hope you enjoyed your time down here in Trenton.
All right. Yeah. The hospitality. I was well treated.
Good.
A lot of love, and it's a nice venue. Very nice venue.
Good.
So thank you very much.
So that means you like the venue, so you're going to come back.
No doubt.
Excellent. So we wanted to talk about in part two about the other things that you're doing in your life. So the platform is yours, Kervyn.
Yeah. Okay. Great. So there was something that I don't know why I was so remiss in forgetting to talk about.
Yes.
Which has been my involvement in filmmaking in terms of documenting the house community, the house scene.
Okay.
So roughly around 1997,
yes,
I was approached by an old college mate of mine from Pace University.
Yes.
That we used to go to the garage together, and he would come over. I would mix tapes and give him the tapes and stuff like that.
Yes.
Because he went to school. He went to college with me for like a couple of years, and then he transferred and went away. And he still wanted that music. I would make the mixes for him and stuff.
Gotcha.
And around 97, I was going to Body and Soul.
Okay.
And I had played that first time I told you about it at Body and Soul, and he came.
Okay.
And he was so after being away from the scene for a while, because I thought he was out of state, and he went to Body and Soul. He was really, really taken by what he saw at Body and Soul.
Yes.
So one day he approached me, and he was like, has anyone done a movie documenting the house scene, particularly in New York? And I was like, I really don't think so. Not to my knowledge, anyway. I just didn't know of any. So he was like, look, let's talk about making a movie.
Okay.
Okay. That talks about the history of the New York underground club scene.
Yes.
So it was him, myself, and this other gentleman, Edmar Flores. We started meeting over by Fordham University, putting together the whiteboard, as they call it, which is, how is it going to go down? And, the key was, of course, that I was connected to a lot of the DJs and promoters from back in the day.
Yes.
So, I was definitely that person that was going to do all the connections. My friend, his name is Joselle Ramos.
Yes.
Well, Joselle Manny Ramos, as we call him Manny. So we started meeting, we started planning, started writing, doing the whiteboard, and he was to be the executive producer, and I would be one of the associate producers.
Yes.
As well as Edmar. So we started approaching certain people in the scene, Francois K, Danny Krivet, and the word started to get out that we were doing this movie.
Yes.
And people were just coming up to us and like, well, you need to talk to this guy. And, you need to document, they were bringing us all the way back to the beginnings of the scene. Okay. That's what basically was happening because, I was too young around the beginnings, of course, and Joselle definitely was too young. We were just too young, so we didn't really quote unquote know the beginnings, and people started pointing us towards the beginnings. So the first person that they were like, you have to really get is this gentleman, Francis Grasso, who was a DJ at Club Sanctuary from back in the late 60s.
Wow.
And yeah. And he is known to be perhaps the first DJ to do actual blending, mixing.
Okay.
Okay. And in fact, there's a scene with him in this movie, Clute. Clute is a movie that Jane Fonda and Donald Sutherland did. In fact, Jane Fonda won an Oscar for that movie. She was playing a prostitute in the movie, but she won an Oscar for the movie.
Like that name, the movie name sounds familiar, but go ahead. Okay, Clute.
Yeah, so if you go in the movie, you see that there's a scene at the actual sanctuary. There's a scene at the club.
Yes. Because
the club was on 42nd Street in a church. On 42nd Street, right across from where the Port Authority is now.
Okay.
And you see him briefly DJing in there. So they sent us to him and this other gentleman, Steve Giaquisto. So these guys were from way back then. Yes. They were the DJs. Then, of course, the other person they started that everybody really was like, you got to get him, was David Mancuso.
Yes.
And we were able to eventually, because David Mancuso was a bit of what they call a recluse. You know what I'm saying? Like, he definitely late 60s, beatnik type, recluse. But at the end of the day, around in 1970, he started doing his rent parties in his place, and those parties are the blueprint for all the nightclubs around the world. So we got to interview him, And as time went on, we just started going down the line, interviewing everybody. Tony Humphries, it was an interesting time. So we were able to go all the way through up until the closing of the Paradise Garage.
Wow.
So we covered almost 20 years of history. Nicky Ciano's in there.
Yeah.
And he definitely is like one of the stars of the actual film, because again, he did his club, the Gallery, which was also an early club, and its claim to fame is that aside from Nicky being the resident, that is where Frankie Knuckles and Larry Levan learned how to DJ.
Okay.
He taught them how to DJ there
At the Gallery.
At the Gallery, yeah.
Let me stop you for a second. So now, where is the funding coming from to document this?
There was no funding.
So this is like self-funding. I got you.
Yeah, it was definitely a labor of love, to put it blunt.
And so how receptive were the people that you needed to reach out to? How receptive were they?
I want to say 80% were receptive. Some spoke, some declined, which is to be expected. Yeah. Some wanted to get paid. We didn't have the money to pay them, so they declined. Some were just did it. They were like, it should be documented. You guys are the first to do it, so we're gonna help you do it. And we got a lot of love that way. So
particularly if you're talking about going back to like the early '60s.
Well, late 60s, yeah.
Late 60s when these guys just really started blending, right?
Yeah, I said, Francis Grasso was the first to do it, and then Nicky learned. He was also doing the blending. These guys are mixing 45s. There was no 12-inch.
Yeah, I got you.
Yep. And, they're using most likely a Thorn's turntable or whatever. So, it was interesting to have them go through and tell us everything about how things were. Mm-hmm. The interesting thing in all of this is that it just came out that the majority came from the gay population back then. Most of these places, the clientele was gay.
Yeah.
And it was very underground. It was by word of mouth.
Yes.
And by invitation only.
Yes. Now, let me stop you again, because I want to before we hit that part, I want to come back to this part. When you were doing the documentary, how long did it actually take you guys to put it all together?
5 years.
Wait. Were you guys meeting like every other week, every week?
It was every other week.
Yes.
But the thing was, you have to understand, is that it was about trying to get in contact with people.
Yes.
That had, a lot of them, honestly, had just fallen off the face of the earth.
Wow.
So it would be like us getting Francis Grasso and Steve Giacquisto, that was like, it was by luck. And and to show you what I mean, when we finally interviewed them, it was a great interview, both of them passed away about a month later.
Wow.
And that was the weird thing. Like, we were getting people, and it was as if it was their final testimony, because they were talking, they would interview, and then they would be gone, like in a matter of weeks.
Wow.
So that was one weird thing that was going down. Mm-hmm. And then again, there were people, as in anything, when you're doing a tell-all like that, there were people who have their version versus another version. We had to deal with that. There were those who Yeah, they were hating, and they were trying to block us.
Yeah.
When they found out eventually what it was about, because they wanted to eventually do it themselves.
Yes.
There was a lot of that. So it took us, and then we had no funding.
Yes.
We had to get an editor, and so you got to remember, this is now the late 90s, early 2000s. You're not doing the editing in your home.
Yeah. I got you.
You got to go to a studio.
Yes.
And we would, quote unquote, sneak in to the studio, and this guy that worked in the studio would do the editing. So
wow.
It was. I'm telling you, it was an underground. It was a chop shop type of situation to get it done.
But Kervyn, for 5 years, what kept you motivated? How did you keep your eye on the prize, though, bro?
Because I believed in it. I knew what it could be.
Gotcha.
I knew what it meant.
Gotcha.
I knew that it was our story finally getting out there.
Yes.
You know, and I'm a bit of a historian that way.
Yes.
I'm definitely a historian that way. In fact, if you ask anybody in the scene, that's one of my claims to fame, is that I'm this historian guy, and I just felt like it needed to get out there.
Okay.
You know, I had been around it for so many years. I've been playing the music for so many years. And as I got to hear the stories, you know, it definitely affected me, because it was like, okay, this is why I'm doing as a DJ. I owe it to those guys. Those guys need, you know, they need to, let me put it this way. Hip hop had its story told.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yes.
Everybody was talking about hip hop. Everybody, and don't get me wrong, I love that story, especially with movies like Wild Style and yeah. But nobody was telling our story.
Got you. Now, first of all, what's the name of the documentary?
So the name of it is Maestro. Maestro documentary.
Yes.
That's what it's called. And
now is that out now?
So, based on the quote unquote financial shenanigans that went down, unfortunately. So what happened was, it came out on DVD.
Okay.
We did have a couple of screenings.
Okay.
We did have a couple of screenings. It came out on DVD. It was sold to this company, Sanctuary.
Okay.
Who only pressed a certain number of those DVDs. I believe it's like maybe 500. It's really hard to get those DVDs now. Those are collectibles. And then the rights were sold to the Logo channel.
Are you
so the no lie. So the Logo channel was showing that film all the time.
Wait, hold on. You guys never kept any of the raw footage?
Let me tell you something. I'm going to tell you right now, I have no clue as to what's going on with that.
Wow.
Again, the executive producer made the decisions, and you know, it went to court. It's a mess. It's a mess.
Wait. You even had to go to court over this?
Well, I didn't even bother because at the end of the day, I knew there was nothing that we would win going to court.
Got you.
Because the person who the executive producer wasn't making any money.
Got you.
That's the truth. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
So what are we going to court for? Honestly, there was nothing to really go to court for. But it went to the Logo channel. I don't know how much it was sold for. I cannot tell you. And then just recently, around February, from what I understand, it was shown for a whole week on Netflix.
No.
It was shown. Yeah, it was shown on Netflix. Maestro documentary. It might be on YouTube. It was up on YouTube for a while.
Yes.
Someone had put it up there, and then the executive producer got wind of it, and he had it taken down. But it might be up there again, you know. But the point is, the story is a beautiful story.
Yes.
Aesthetically, it's really a cool film. Technologically, it's not like it's 4K. Okay,
Yeah.
it ain't like that. It's grainy as hell, but it's an underground film.
Yes.
So that's the point. It's totally underground. And, to hear the voices of, Frankie Knuckles is interviewed in the film. His was the best interview out of everybody for me in that film.
I see it. I'm looking right at
Frankie.
it now.
Okay,
Yeah,
Frankie.
it says Maestro documentary, The History of the Paradise Garage, HQ, 1 year ago. It's an hour and 25 minutes.
Right, and it's not the history of the Paradise Garage. It's the history of the underground New York club scene.
Okay.
The garage is spoken about in there, but it's not. It's not the history of the garage. It's not even. It talks about the garage, the loft, the gallery. You understand? It talks about a whole bunch of stuff. But
I'm going to watch that this evening.
But Frankie spoke.
Yes.
He interviewed us in his place, and Frankie was absolutely incredible. It's great.
Now,
He gave us insight about Larry Levan that none of us could imagine.
Well, I don't know how much he gave you unless he told you more, but a lot of that was out though, right?
Concerning Larry?
Huh? Yeah.
Concerning Larry? No.
Okay.
Like, I'll give you an example. People didn't know. It's only recent that it's starting to come out more and more. But in the film, it came out that he and Larry went to high school together.
Yeah, but I mean, if you go to Wikipedia now, it talks about how they met.
That's now. We're talking 25 years ago.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. Yeah, that's true.
There was no Wikipedia 25 years ago. There was no wait, let me put it to you this way. There was no internet.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, that's right. I stand corrected. Thank you.
Yes. There was nothing. So the point that all of that came out in the film?
Yeah.
Yeah. Then guys were like, oh, yeah, he said it in the film. And then they go in and do the research. And then, from there, now you get detail. Yeah. But in the film, when we sat down and got that, that they were continental baths and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Oh, people didn't know that.
Yeah.
They didn't know.
Because that's how I knew about their closeness, their real closeness.
Right. Right. But but Frankie's gone now. Larry's gone now.
Yeah.
The film gives you a sense of how close they were because Frankie talks about it.
Yes. Now,
you can't. That's priceless. It's just like Mancuso talking about the loft and the sound and all of that. That's priceless. You can't get. All these guys are gone now. They're gone. Mancuso's gone. Yeah, they're all gone.
But here's my thing, Kervyn, and no disrespect to you. We're having this conversation. You're sharing with me the documentary that you created. What is it that you want to see happen, and what can you do to get this back? Is there anything you can do to get this back, and what do you want to see happen?
Yeah, it would be great if we can get it, do some restoration, and have it and have it, shown, especially during Pride time. Yeah. It would be great. It would really, really be great. And they get something out of it this time around. The only thing that aside from being, okay, this is what I was told by the guys. This is what I was told by those who are still around, who were interviewed.
Yes.
They have said that film does not get done without me.
But meaning you, Kervyn?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Because of the way I approach history.
Yes.
And the fact that I knew what I knew. The other guys didn't know anything. They were just like the executive producer, he didn't know. Yes. And they were all just technical guys. But I was the guy who was in the underground. So they really are like, no, Kerv, you're the guy. You know what I'm saying? And unfortunately, there were a lot of things that should have happened as a result for me into that film.
Yes.
And there were other guys involved too. There were guys who did the soundtrack.
Yes.
Like Jeff Guillaume, Antonio Ocasio, Slam Mode.
Yes.
These guys, they didn't get anything.
How about this?
I did. There's a mixed soundtrack, right?
Yes.
That came out.
Yes.
And I did one mix that was released.
Okay.
On CD, it was released. Okay. Danny Krivit did a mix. There's like 3 of them.
Yes.
Okay. And Danny's own is very good, but all the guys, they've said that mine is the best. Okay, they're like hands down, mine was the best.
I'll vouch for that.
But wait, so let me say this.
Yeah.
So from that alone, what should have happened? I should have been traveling the world, watching the movie, and getting my flowers.
Yes.
That never happened.
But let me ask this question. How about we do this on the back end, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we do a I don't know what it's called, but it's just like we're doing now, right? But we're videoing, and I'm asking you the same things.
Mm-hmm.
And it'll be, I don't know what you want to call it, like a mini documentary, like a 15-minute kind of thing. That, you can talk about the trials and tribulations and the hesitancy and everything you had to go through to get this document produced. And this after 5 years, this is what happened. But we can be talking about that. We can videotape that. And then at the end, you can release a new mix. You get your 15 minutes of fame and we'll rock it that way.
Yeah, I'm fine with that, man. Whatever you could come up with. Yeah. I know your Q&A is going to be all that because I feel it right now.
Yeah.
So
yeah, because I've got a studio that we can use.
Mm-hmm.
And you and I so this is disclosure. I think you like chicken wings, right?
You know that.
I think you enjoy tequila, right?
Yes.
All right, so there we go. I'll bring you down again. We'll go into the studio, and after the studio, we'll have chicken wings, cigars, and tequila.
Okay, I'm with it. I'm with it. Yeah, I would love. I would definitely. I would love to talk about the making of the film. Yeah. That's not even an issue. I could definitely talk about that because there were a lot of interesting things that happened.
But I got a curious question for you. I got a curious question because I've always been curious about this, right?
Mm-hmm.
The guys that own the bathhouses, right? How were they presenting themselves to people like Larry that they knew that they wanted someone like Larry to spin in the bathhouse?
Well, no. It wasn't. You see, you're getting that. You're getting it the wrong. Okay. You're going in the opposite direction. You're going in the wrong direction.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay, because some like the Continental Bath, these places are like in the Upper East Side. These are like rich people in these places.
Gotcha.
Okay, all these guys may have been as like towel boys, and then they were like, okay, I could spin some music if you want me to do that.
Gotcha.
And that's how that would go down. Yeah, it wasn't.
Okay, so let me backtrack then. So how did the owners of these bathhouses meet with people like Larry to say we want you as a towel boy? How did they make that connection if the train didn't meet?
Man, I don't want to get into that.
Oh, okay.
Because you understand? That is not something to be discussed above ground.
Gotcha.
And it's definitely not something. It's definitely not for me to discuss it because I'm not of that scene. I wasn't of that scene.
Got you.
I know someone who could talk about it.
Got you.
I don't know if he would be willing to talk about it, but I'm not, but that's a very clandestine scene, you know?
Say less. I got you. Say less. I got you. Just use your imagination and say less. I got you.
Yeah. Let your imagination run wild. I do not want to be that guy. I'm not even going to be that guy because again, I was a child. I didn't know anything about it, but I could only imagine, and I would not be wrong because I know exactly how it went down.
Yeah. So now to answer my second question now that they're the towel boy, how did they go to the next level of saying, can we provide music? How did that happen?
I don't know.
You don't know?
Like I said, I don't know. Okay. I can't speak. I don't know how the politics, I don't know how it went down in those places. I just don't.
Got you.
But a lot of those places closed. A lot of them were closed by 83, 84.
Got you.
And you know why.
No, why?
Yo, the monster.
Oh, okay. I'm just being facetious.
The monster. I mean, it's not a joking matter.
No,
but
understood.
It totally devastated that lifestyle and industry. You know,
but
that's the truth.
But at some point, though, the owner of the bathhouses doesn't he move into the garage?
No, you see, you don't equate the two, man.
Okay.
Don't. Okay. So you're talking. Okay, so the owner of the garage is Michael Brody. Michael Brody didn't own any bathhouses.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying?
Got you.
Just because he may have gone to the bathhouse doesn't mean that, that's again, everything is around a certain lifestyle, right?
Yes.
Okay. Michael Brody, for what it's worth, frequented the clubs and was a real estate guy. So, okay. Mel Sharon was a music exec.
Yes.
All these guys, they were doing different things. Does not mean that they had anything to do with the bathhouses. Maybe they went, maybe they didn't.
Gotcha.
Okay, but just because you are gay doesn't mean that you went to the bathhouses, right?
Understood. Yes.
Okay, that's all.
Okay.
So, but definitely Larry and Frankie were with continental baths. That's a fact.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
So now, what was the impetus to having the garage or start the garage?
That's Michael Brody. Michael Brody wanted his own club to invite his own friends.
Okay. That's
all that was. So he wanted Larry as his DJ because he heard Larry at Mellon's and other places, and he was like, Larry's going to be my DJ.
Okay, so take me deeper into that. Does he wake up one day after going to different clubs and saying, I can do this better and this is who I want? I can't say because we never get to interview Michael Brody because Michael Brody died in 1987. Wow. Got you.
88 or 87.
Got you.
Again, that's way before me. I can't speak on that.
Got you.
He died from AIDS.
Got you.
So I can't tell you that. I know some guys who could talk a little about it, but they even though they are around and they worked for Michael Brody, they don't know why Michael Brody decided, what was his thought process. Yeah. All they know is that he wanted to open up his own club, invite for his friends, and for him to party, and that he wanted Larry to be the DJ.
Okay.
That's all and honestly, that's what history shows, and that's it.
Gotcha. Now, in the documentary, is your name wiped clean, or they see your name? Do you still receive credit for?
I'm in the credits. Okay. I'm in the credits.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So if you were to call Logo, I guess through one of their departments, they could.
If they own the rights to it, I don't know who owns the rights to it right now.
Gotcha.
I'd have to do a lot of research to find that out. Gotcha. So I don't know who owns it. I don't know if Logo still owns it anymore because, like I said, it was shown on Netflix. So I don't know who owns the rights to it.
Got you. And how did you come across it? Just by happenstance?
In terms of the
You
Netflix?
No, you knowing that it was going to be bought, it's been sold, it's been bought, it's been shown on Netflix. How did you know about all that?
That was posted on Facebook.
Wow. And what was your reaction when you saw it on Facebook?
That you mean that it was going to be on Netflix?
Yeah.
I just smiled.
Okay.
I just smiled.
Okay.
I just smiled.
And now, so I guess my question is, you're smiling, but the smile seems more than just a smile. It's like a significant accomplishment, right?
I'm very proud. I'm very proud that that film was done. I'm very proud of that film. Okay?
Then let's use this platform and just tell me how proud you are, brother. Come on, talk to me.
Well, again, it is the initial film
Yes.
that stepped forward to shed light
Yes.
on the New York club underground.
Yes.
It is that film. There was no other film prior to that was doing that.
Yes.
And I'm very proud of that. Very, very proud of that. You know, and yes, it should have done way better. Way, way, way better. You know, but no, I'm very, very proud of it.
Yeah.
Very proud of it. But by the way, it's not the only film, so I want to make sure that you understand. There's another film I got to talk about. But
yeah. But okay. So let me just share this with you, and then we'll move on to your other movie, your other film.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're so humble, man. You take all this in stride. I'd be having high blood pressure.
Nah, that been gone, man. I can't do that. The film came out in 2004.
Yes.
20 years already.
Okay.
And you know, yeah, if I was to get my hands on it,
yes,
and get a team together to really market it,
yes,
and to, like I said, have it restored and it could really, really take off. But it's not mine. It's not mine. You know what I'm saying? I would have to do a lot of research how to make it mine if I could.
Yeah. All right.
So there you go.
All right. So let's move on to the next project, the next film.
Right. So the next film,
yes,
what happened? It came about. So there were these two guys who they were working on a film that was documenting the outdoor house music events phenomenon.
Okay.
That all of a sudden now is not in the clubs, it's outdoors.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And the executive producer so it was all a family thing. They were all cousins.
Yes.
Right? There's three of them. Actually, it's three of them. And the main guy, the executive producer, who is a garage junkie. He's a Paradise Garage junkie.
Okay.
That's the only way I can describe him. He's a Paradise Garage junkie. His name is Domingo.
Okay.
Okay. And Domingo Cañate. And he is a Paradise Garage junkie.
Yes.
And he approached me. Okay, I was doing an event at Coney Island with the two remaining resident DJs of the Paradise Garage.
Okay.
Right? And we were playing, and this guy approached me. He approached them, they declined, and he approached me.
Okay.
And when he told me what the scope of the film was, I was like, oh, well, shoot, I've been doing Coney Island since 2004,
yes,
2005.
Yes.
And this is like around 2012, 2013, 14.
Okay.
So I was already there for a minute, and I had the major events at Coney Island,
yes,
right?
Yes.
So I could speak on the whole outdoor thing. And then again, here it is. I had the experience of doing a film,
Yes.
and I knew how the story should be told,
Yes.
and I knew who they needed to get.
Yes.
What was happening was they were interviewing all the wrong people.
And what when you say wrong people, what do you mean by all the wrong people?
They were not getting the people who were the impactful people in terms of the outdoor events in New York City.
Got you. Okay. Got you.
That's simple. Okay? They were not touching that at all.
Got you.
Yeah, they happened to stumble upon me, but they were, and they stumbled, and then I had to be like, no, you guys, no, you guys are way off. And I said, if you put out this film, you're gonna get backlash because you're missing a ton of people, and the people that you're missing, you're gonna get backlash, and your credibility there'll be no credibility to the film, and that's a big thing I'm on. I'm on, like, again, when you talk about a street form, yes, or street, you know what I'm saying? You have to have credibility.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm talking about.
Absolutely, yes.
You gotta have the street cred. So the film was not having the cred. So they interviewed me. He heard what I had to say, and then he asked me to be involved in the film.
Got you.
And, you know, I was like, we got to interview the Fort Greene guys, Soul
Yes.
Summit.
Yes.
Got to interview them, right?
Yes.
One. Coney Island, we have to get the original guys who did Coney Island.
Yes.
And that would be the Black Underground, the Colony, that's Purnell. They were doing it in the 90s, before Preston Brown and myself were doing it.
Yes.
We need to get them. We need to get Sunday Sermon up in Harlem.
Yes.
We had to get that.
Yes.
And as time went on, we got those guys. Then we had to get Little Ray. We had to get the what do you call that? The Jamboree, the Club Jamboree,
Yeah.
at Prospect Park. We were able to get Little Ray. So we did a really great job of getting all of the major outdoor house music events
Yes.
spoken about, and the whole concept, even the boat rides. We were able to do that.
Wow.
Yeah, we were able to do that. And let me tell you that the team that did this was an exceptional team,
Gotcha.
exceptionally talented, exceptionally intelligent. And if you see the film, and there's a segment in the film that talks about the Paradise Garage, because I told you the guy's a Paradise Garage junkie.
Yeah.
So we had to talk about the garage in there. The film is an exceptional film.
Okay.
Okay? Again, the issue is we don't know how to market it to get it out there. So we have the DVD. We did tons of DVDs. We've had it shown on certain kiosks.
Yes.
This is a film that easily should be on Netflix.
Yes.
It should have been like that. It hasn't happened. The thing with the film that makes it so great is that it's not dated. It's still kind of relevant.
Yes.
Very relevant, in fact.
Mm-hmm.
And we even have Lincoln Park in there. We had the Lincoln Park Festival in there.
Wow.
Okay? Yeah.
Got you.
Yeah.
Got you.
You understand? So, it's the name of the film, by the way, is called Hands to the Sky.
Hands to the Sky. Yes.
Hands to the Sky. Like I said, the executive producer is Domingo Haniate.
Yes.
I am one of the producers of the film.
Yes.
Okay? And it's still a situation where we're always trying to figure out how to get it out there.
Got you.
That's what it comes down to. It is, in my view, it is a better produced film than Maestro.
Got you. Now let me stop you for a second. So thank God for YouTube.
Yes.
It says My House presents Hands to the Sky preview.
Right. So as you can see the preview for it,
Yeah.
which I believe is like about 10 minutes, I believe. Is a 10-minute preview or something like that?
Well, the one that I'm looking at right now, it says it's 12 minutes. But if I scroll down,
yeah, that's the one.
There's another one
Mm-hmm.
that says Hands to the Sky.
Uh-huh.
And this looks like it was 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
But this looks like it's an hour and 25 minutes.
Now, if that's the actual film, we got a problem.
Listen, I'm looking at it now.
That's not good.
Yeah, it says
that is not good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not good. Not good. That should not be happening. And I got to talk to somebody I got to talk to right away that you said that.
Yeah.
So I'm going to need a link, and then I'm going to have to talk to one of the guys. And, that's not good.
Listen, you better get you an attorney or something, bro.
Yeah, this is not good.
This is not good.
One thing we talked about, that film is supposed to not be out there like that.
Yeah.
You know? So
But continue telling me about this.
Mhm. Yeah, like I told you, I mean, the main thing about the film is it does tell the story of the outdoor house music festivals. We even talk about the Chicago Chosen Few picnic.
Yep.
We thought and it's really, really, I'm really, really proud of it.
Yeah.
Very proud of it, and I think it's something that everybody should get a look at, because it shows us in our best light.
Yes.
No question.
Yes.
It shows us in our best light.
Yes.
There's nothing but love that comes from that film.
Now, Kervyn, I got to tell you something, and I want you to take this the wrong way, please.
Right.
You have done 2 films, or you've assisted other people doing 2 films.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do your own film, brother.
Oh, that's so much work. Oh my God. I mean, to do a short, I'm good with that. But man, to produce it.
Again, it can, with technology now, it could be, 30-minute clips where you're just doing fondest memories of you doing this, you doing that. And then at the end of the day, you can get a compilation. But I'm just saying, man, you are such a humble brother. I'm feeling for you when you tell me you did this, you had the connections, but you're not getting the do-re-mi, and you're not getting the real credit, and you're not getting your flowers. I'm getting upset for you, brother.
Yeah, you would be one of, and believe it or not, you're one of many. A lot of people, people come up to me all the time, and they're like, "Yo, you're not getting, and after a while, it does get to you, because, you have the belief, and you should know where I'm going with this. You have the belief that what you put out into the universe, you get back in return.
Yes, you have to believe that. Yes,
that's all right, and that's why that's how I've always been. So I'm like, I put out all this love, I do all of this, I do all of that, and then I should get it back in return, right?
Yeah.
Doesn't always work out.
Sooner rather than later. Now, let me ask this question before we come back to that topic. Now, if I recall, when you guys do the Paradise Garage reunion,
mm-hmm.
you were instrumental in bringing that all together, correct?
Oh my God! Yeah, I was.
See, this is the stuff that's pissing me off, man. Because you know what, I've got a very dear friend of mine,
mm-hmm.
and she a little older than I. She's a house head,
mm-hmm.
not as much as I'm a house head, but I got, listen, when I knew you were coming down, right? I was
mm-hmm.
trying to repost the original interview that we did on this podcast, because I wanted folks to know that you are the man, you are that guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted them to know as much about you. So, because I think I said that now that you've heard his story, come and listen to him play. Because I want him to know that this is what greatness looks like, man. Because if you were a house head, right, the mecca of house music was, one, have you ever been to the Paradise Garage? Two, have you ever been to Zanzibar?
Right.
And for you
no
to
question.
and for you to be coordinating, right, the Paradise Garage reunion, excuse my language, that's big shit, man. I got excited. It was like I could DJ that day after sharing with people your story.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm very. The way I look at that situation is that the garage doesn't need much. It doesn't need much, but it needed something. And all it needed was certain things to be put in its right place. What do I mean by that?
But see Kervyn, stop.
Wait.
No, stop. See, you are so humble. We know the garage didn't need much, but you had part of the vision to make it happen, though.
I get that, but at the end of the day, I mean, the way the story goes is that I told you there were other people. Mel Sharon was doing it,
yes,
and he was doing it correctly to a point.
Yes,
to a point, right? But there was somebody else who was doing it, and they were using the name, and the way that they were doing it had nothing to do with the garage that I remember.
Yes.
Or you would remember, right?
Yes.
And that was frustrating me. And, Joey Llanos who's one of the resident DJs there, is my brother. That's one of my closest friends.
Yes.
Okay? And we became friends after the garage. It wasn't like we were friends during the garage. It was way after.
Yes.
But that's my brother. And I just felt like here's somebody who was trained by Larry Levan.
Yes.
David DePino was trained by Larry Levan.
Yes.
And at the end of the day, those two guys are the resident DJs of the Paradise Garage.
Yes.
And they need to be front and center.
Yes.
The other thing was the garage had a very, very distinct vibe.
Yes, it did.
Okay?
Yes, it did.
Zanzibar had a distinct vibe that created the quote-unquote Jersey sound. The garage just had its own thing. The garage focus wasn't about mixing. It was it was a whole production concerning the garage. It was about the music. It was about the people. It was about the visuals. It was about the light show. It was about so many different things that made it special.
Yes.
And, I just never forgot that. And there's a reason why people talk about it 40 years later. There's the reason. You understand? Because, like I said, there just won't be a club like that because the money is just prohibitive to do that. But they were able to do that. So my thing was that vibe was very, very important. And I needed to have that vibe put back in place.
Yes.
So when I approached those guys, I already knew what needed to happen.
Yes.
And we did it. And from there, I knew that, this is it. This is the way it was supposed to be. And, at the end of the day, I'm happy for it. I'm happy for what has happened to it.
Yes.
I'm happy that I was involved in bringing it to where it's, getting it really the kickstart that it needed.
Yes.
And no one should take that away from me.
Very true.
Nobody.
Very true.
You understand? I don't. At the end of the day, those guys are where they are supposed to be. That's the truth. There is one other story that I'm going to put is outside of the movies.
Okay, we this is your platform, man. We got it, man. Go ahead.
All right. So I don't think I spoke about a very. I got to be like whatever with this, but the Martinez brothers.
Okay.
So I mean, you know who the Martinez brothers are, right?
Yeah, they got one song. Yeah, I forgot the name of the song that I love.
Okay. At the end of the day, they are superstar DJs.
Yes.
And producers who travel the world.
Yes.
They really burst upon the scene in the late, like around 2010, 2011.
Yes.
Dennis Ferrer took them underneath his wing and helped them with the production and everything like that, right?
Yes.
Okay. However the story goes,
am I gonna get upset because somebody didn't give you?
No. Because
I'm coming to New York now.
No. This is not one to get upset at.
Okay.
Again, it's something that I'm proud of.
Gotcha. Okay.
One, I'm very, 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 very close to their father. Their father and myself are very good friends. Okay. The way the story goes is that around 2006, 2007, I was celebrating my birthday.
Yes.
And around that time, there were these kids that people were talking about.
Yes.
That they had played, and they were like, "Yo, they're really, really good." They had actually opened for Victor Rosato at a loft, and I went and I heard them play. I was like, "Yo, these kids are really good." And at the time, they were like 15 and 13 years old. Yeah. So for my birthday, in those days, I was doing my Melting Pot productions.
Okay.
And we were doing it at the New Rican Poets Cafe. And I had my birthday party coming up. And the team wanted to surprise me for my birthday.
Yes.
So they, as a surprise, booked these kids.
Okay.
Those kids were the Martinez brothers.
Wow.
So I had them play.
Yes.
And there was a lot of press at this party.
Got you.
We didn't used to get press, but we got a lot of press.
Got you.
And the press saw those kids. And they were like, wow, these kids are like the next big thing.
Yes.
And that exposure got them kick-started. From that party that they did for me, everybody knew who they were.
Got you. Yeah.
Okay. Now they paid it back in a way that again, no one could ever take away from me. When they got big, they were going to play a Club Pasha in New York, which at that time Pasha was the number one club in New York. Okay. And it could hold up to 1,500 to 2,000 people.
Okay.
And of course, it is, bridge and tunnel crowd is not. It's not a quote unquote underground club. It's a big club, right? They had me open for them on a Saturday night.
Okay.
On a Saturday night.
Okay.
Okay. Playing soulful at Pasha. Wow. And I was only supposed to play, interestingly, I was only supposed to play 2 hours.
Wow.
They let me play 5 hours.
Wow. Okay.
They let me play 5 hours.
Obviously you were ready.
That was no big deal to me for me to do that.
Yeah.
The point is that they paid it back by saying no, Kerv, because their manager and everybody could have been like, nah, he plays soulful. Why is it? They could have been like, no, he's not. He's like, I'm not Louie Vega. I'm not David Morales. I'm not Tony Humphries. No, they had me open for them. Okay. At that event.
Wow.
And yeah, I'll never forget that.
Yeah.
I'll never forget that. So they definitely paid it back, and they treat me like, anytime they see me, they treat me like I'm their uncle. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They show me that love. But I'm just saying that I've had my hands behind so many different situations.
Yes.
You know, and like I said, I'm a firm believer in what you put out in the universe, you'll get back.
Now,
Twofold.
hold that question. I mean, hold that thought. My next question is: so do you believe nice guys finish last?
No, I don't.
Okay.
But if that was the case, I would have quit a long time ago.
No, sometimes I feel that way though.
I know, but this is not.
Yeah,
but that's a matter of if you're in competition. I'm not in competition with anybody. The only person I'm in competition with is myself, and if I feel that I have fallen short, that's on me. I don't look to compete with anybody. You know what I'm saying? Because I believe everybody can eat if they all are like-minded. That's it.
Very true. Now, two of my favorite Martinez songs, they are on that rooftop. There's it's like an hour and 55-minute video with that rooftop in Singapore.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. I love that. Like, because the visuals from way up high, because they're on the rooftop and you're looking down, that's incredible.
Mm-hmm.
But then their favorite song that they do is with Louie Vega, "Let It Go." It's got like that.
Yes. They did that song with him.
My homeboy loves that song. He was actually the one that turned it on to me. He turned me on to that song because he says, "Kervyn, you like house music?" He said, "I bet you never heard this song." And he played it. I said, "Well, the name sounds familiar, but I've never heard this tune by them." And, and that I love it. So what I'm going to do tonight, once we finish this taping, with your permission, I'm going to do a recommendation of those two songs, that video, and the two and the documentaries as well. With your permission,
yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Because we've got to get we got to get your flowers early, brother.
Yeah.
But I'm very serious that you and I can do a smaller segment talking about the making of the movie. And I can bring you down here. We can use the studio, and we can make it, and then have some chicken wings and some tequila and cigars afterwards, brother. You let me know when. Oh
yeah, I definitely would be down for that. That's not a problem.
And matter of fact, we should do it. We should try to. I'll try to do it. See if the studio's open on the Sunday. Get you to come down early on the Sunday. And then after we finish, we go into Cooper River and just party out.
No doubt.
What? Come on, man.
No doubt.
Come on.
No
man.
doubt.
This is all
I'll
right.
be down for that. I'll be down for that.
Yeah, we gonna. Yeah, let me talk to them at the studio and see if they're open on Sundays, because that would be what's up, man. I would love for that to happen, man. And then this way, this way, right? You'll get two copies. You'll get the copy of the raw footage and the edited footage, and I'll have likewise. And we'll just make it rock, man.
Okay.
Because listen, man, we not gonna have this. We ain't gonna have this happen no more. Don't make me have to come down Trenton and beat some ass in New York City because they not respecting.
It's all good, man. Like I said, I'm it is what it is. I mean, the dance parade. I told you about the dance parade thing. There's another thing too. Yeah. I was involved in that.
Yeah.
There's so. I will say that I have been fortunate though to be in the middle of so many different things.
Yes.
Just inadvertently, just like there. It's like, how did it happen? There's another cat that's like that. Jovan. Jovan is like that.
Gotcha.
Jovan is the guy. Yeah. Jovan, the producer. DJ producer. Jovan he's been like in the middle of so much stuff. It's like, really? It's crazy. And he's another one. Whatever. He's a very humble guy.
Yes.
Very humble. But he's a hell of a producer though. Hell of a producer and DJ.
And,
you know.
and here we go again. Sometimes you have to do more than just toot your horn, man, because
Yeah,
you know
yeah,
that's
yeah.
all. And,
You know, like I've had the pleasure of meeting Merlin Bob, right?
yes,
And we struck up a friendship, and humble. He's so humble.
yeah,
It's like he was the guy who was your idol,
yeah, yeah,
but he's so humble.
yeah.
It freaks you out, man. It freaks you out. But he's done some incredible things, and he's just like wow.
Matter of fact,
So,
he's back here in Trenton, May 25th, Saturday, May 25th.
damn.
Yeah.
Yes, I saw that.
Yeah, my buddy Ed Gusto is.
I saw that. So that's why he's doing it.
Yep. Yep.
If I don't have anything that day, I think I'm gonna come and check it out.
Yeah. Yep. And it's only 10 minutes away from Cooper River, you know.
Yes.
Yeah. Not matter of fact, it's not even 10 minutes. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And then that Sunday, because my birthday is May 25th, but I'm going to celebrate it Sunday, May 26th at Cooper's River. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I got beloved DJ
Right.
DJ Mook, and then you met the resident DJ Louie Blademaster.
Yeah. He was excellent DJ, by the way. He's really good.
Yeah. And so for you to say that someone's an excellent DJ, that means a lot. Because brother, you were all that, brother. I have to sing your praises, man. I've heard a lot of DJs out here, but excuse my language. Your shit was smooth, brother. It was
might have been too smooth. Might have been too smooth. I don't know.
No, it was good, man. Right, and I guess for me, it was watching a master at work, knowing my conversations and the history that you had.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. I mean, that's one thing I take pride in is my ability to be that smooth.
Yes.
You know, so that sometimes I gotta watch that, but because you're really supposed to take people on peaks and valleys and stuff like that when you play. That's something I've definitely learned through the years is about peaks and valleys, taking them to the whole gamut of emotions when you play. But I was really having a lot of fun. I
can't speak for anybody else, but I thought I had peaks and valleys with your play. But I'm just saying, it just seems like it's just like from the time you started to the time you got off, it was like one long song. Because I couldn't hear where a song were to start and where a song were to stop. That's how smooth you were. So within that, I'm quite sure there were peaks and valleys, and I had the emotions going. I was excited, bro. So it was strictly emotionally. I was excited.
Well, I could tell from the people on the dance floor. I could tell what was going on. Yeah. You know, and I knew that they were having a good time.
Yeah, man.
You know, and like I said, I just wanted to bring my own flavor.
And you did that, and you're going to bring it back to Kervyn. Listen, anything else you want to tell us about, man?
No. The movie thing was the big thing.
Yes.
I really needed to talk about that.
Yes.
And I'm glad I got to do that. So
now, as they say in church, are hearts and minds clear? Because we've got more time if you want to talk about either one of those films. I mean, documentaries.
No, I mean, I got my things coming up over the summer. Okay. I'm definitely doing Hudson Yards May 17th.
Okay.
So hopefully you can make it up to that. That's on a Friday.
Yep.
Starts at 5:00.
Okay.
And I'm really excited that they let me do it. And we'll see what the summer brings.
Got you.
Got you. I don't know in the way of festivals. I am trying to crack that Jersey Mafia. But we'll see.
Listen. I don't know what that is, but brother, keep doing,
okay.
You keep doing what you doing up there, right? We bow down to you, bro.
Thank you.
Come on, listen. when we talked about Soul Summit, but more importantly, we talked about your involvement with the Paradise Garage. We talked about your involvement with the Coney Island, the Boardwalk.
Yeah, that's
right. Come on, man.
Yeah. The Coney Island thing is big. I mean, it's only as far as I'm concerned, and I don't care who hears it and how they hear it.
Yeah.
I mean, there's only honestly two of us left that we can say built what is out in Coney Island. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, Purnell was the originator, but yes. he left it.
Yes.
But for what it is, Preston Brown was one, but he passed.
Yes.
Ray Vasquez and myself are those guys.
Yes.
That's it. Ray, without question, we're the two guys.
Now I don't know if you were serious or jokingly, but what's the New Jersey Mafia over here? Who's holding you back from not being here?
Look, they know it's not like these guys don't know who I am. Okay? Everybody there knows who I am in terms of the DJs. Okay. The guys, the major guys, right? They know who I am because I've had relationships with them for years. Okay? And, what I have found, and I'm not going to be upset about that, is that at the end of the day, these townships and the committees and everything, they have their favorites. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. They want their stuff to succeed.
Yes.
And Jersey has his favorite sons, and I have no problem with that. Right?
Trenton doesn't.
I noticed that. Yes, right? I have noticed. I noticed that.
Come on down and rock with Worth One Productions, and who knows, I may do my own outdoor.
That would be great. That would be great.
And just build with you, man. What? Come on.
Yeah.
Man. What?
But Northern Jersey, nah, they definitely have their favorite sons. And nothing wrong with that. Those guys are great DJs and everything.
Absolutely.
What I will say, however, is the amount of love that we show those guys here in New York.
Yes. It
would be nice once in a while to show the same thing to us.
Got you.
That's all I'm going to say.
Got you.
Okay? And if that means that I never get to play in Jersey, I don't care. I'll say it because at the end of the day, the relationship has always been back and forth. Like, so I didn't tell you. There's something I could tell you.
Go ahead.
So I don't know so I've been watching Tony Humphries, right?
Yes.
Because as far as I'm concerned, Tony Humphries is the god.
Yeah.
He's the god, right? It's him, Hippie, those guys. They built it.
Yeah.
Okay, but Tony is from my neighborhood in East New York.
Yeah, but he's in Jersey now, right?
Listen to what I'm trying to tell you.
Okay, gotcha.
He grew up and started DJing in East New York.
Okay.
For years. See, the thing was, he went to Jersey in the 80s.
Yes.
But before that, he was DJing in East New York and at the park. And we used to go and hear him play.
Got you.
So a couple of years ago, he DJed for me at Coney Island.
Okay, wow.
Oh, I've had Tony play for me at Coney Island twice.
Yeah.
And I told him, I said, I used to come and hear you play. That blew his mind.
Wow.
So whenever we see each other, there's that love.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
There's that love because I saw him when he in his beginnings.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's interesting. Like I said, there are a lot of guys that I saw them, in those beginnings for some of them, And Tony's one of those guys.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Well, I don't have a lot of pull or clout like you, but if I can ever help you get deeper into New Jersey with my little bit of clout, I'll do the best I can, brother.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, there's certain festivals I should have played.
Yeah.
There's certain festivals I should have played already. Yeah. It's like, you know, and the one person. Okay, so we both have a mutual friend. There's one person I'm gonna shout him out.
Yeah.
Who gives me so much love, and that's like my bro.
Yeah.
Is Kervyn Hedge.
Yes.
Kervyn has always shown me that love.
Yes.
Always, you know.
Yeah.
And Kervyn, in fact, was very instrumental in me playing at the Lincoln Park Festival.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so you know Anthony Smith, then executive director.
Yeah, I know Anthony.
All right, then call him up and tell him bring me back.
I don't know. You should have asked me already, but I don't know.
Sometimes they well here's another situation, right? Not related to house music, but very similar, right? I'm always used to calling people and checking on people.
Mm-hmm.
And so I've gone a few months from not calling a very dear family member.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So when I had a chance to reach out to her and finally get in touch to her, I said, how come you didn't call me? And then she says, the phone works both ways.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, and I'm saying to myself, damn, if I didn't call you, you would have never called me, because obviously we've allowed 6 or 7 months to elapse, and you never thought about calling me once just to see how I was doing.
Yeah.
I'm saying the same thing, man. Sometimes, you know, when we're too humble, people overlook us, and they shouldn't. So sometimes,
right.
you know, you got to pick up that phone, you know, like you got to have a list of people, you know, on speed dial, like, you know, every, I don't know, 7 days, every 14 days, you call them and say, what's going on, bro? What we doing?
Right.
You know,
mm-hmm.
my ex roommate, we played football together. He's still in Pittsburgh, and we text at least once a week, and we probably every 2 weeks we have a phone call. Sometimes it's you know, longer than that, but we haven't been roommates in 35 years.
Yeah, I got my friend like that. I was just talking to my friend like that today.
Yeah,
it's a friend that same thing that I went to Pace with, and I've known that dude. Wow, it's 40 years now, and we talk all the time.
And you'd be surprised, Anthony is probably so inundated with other people and doing other things that he's not thinking about you. But as soon as you call him, you know what? That's right, Kervyn. I need you here. I need you. I almost guarantee.
No, give him the benefit of the doubt, because Anthony is that dude. Anthony's he's so busy, and what he has done, what he has done there is amazing.
Yeah,
is amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, in a community that needed it, he has resurrected that community big time.
Absolutely. And then, you know, again, shout out to Kervyn Hedge. You know, him and I, we did a three-part. I
know.
Yeah, so I got to drop part 3 soon. But he says, I'm coming down to see you, because we had such a wonderful conversation over the phone. I turn around on one Sunday, there he is. Now, he's another humble brother. Like, gee, wait.
I know.
Oh my God.
What he has done.
Yeah.
I know. I know.
Oh yeah.
I know. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
What he has done is
incredible. But the humbleness,
incredible,
man. Gee,
so I have a story.
When I grow up, I want to be just like you, brothers.
I have a story concerning Kervyn.
Yeah.
And how we actually really met.
Yeah.
It was over Maestro.
Okay.
Yeah, it was over.
Yes.
It was over Maestro. It was. Remember, I was telling you there were certain people who were questioning the motives behind why we were doing the film.
Yes.
And there was a meeting that took place, and Kervyn was at the meeting.
Okay.
You know.
Okay.
To just support this one person, and that person and the executive producer on my side, they got into it.
Okay.
And the person on my side was he was being a little bit disrespectful to the other person.
Got you. Yes.
And Kervyn took umbrage to that.
Okay.
And I stepped in.
Okay.
And I calmed everybody down.
Yes.
And from there, Kervyn was like, dude, I really like you.
Yeah.
I don't care about the other guy, but I really like how you carry yourself.
Gotcha.
And we have been friends ever since. I could call up Kervyn right now, and we'd be on the phone for like 3 hours.
Wow.
Yeah, because we talk. First of all, we talk a lot of politics.
Yes.
We really get into the politics. We talk about our peoples. We talk about politics. We talk about society. We talk about all types of things, you know?
Yes.
I really have a very, very great relationship with Kervyn.
Yeah. No,
he had me play on his show.
Okay.
And he and myself are very competitive against each other too. Okay. In a funny vein.
Yeah.
You know, he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna destroy you, Kerr. When I'm playing with you, I'm gonna destroy you." I'm like, "Yeah, whatever. You know what time it is." You know, I have mad love for that guy.
Excellent.
Kervyn has been.
He's a good dude, man. He's a good dude.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
He is. People don't understand.
And what's so funny, I met him through another brother. There was a house music festival, Samuel Phillips, and he was running across the basketball. He was walking across the basketball court, and he was looking for a lighter for his cigar. So there I am, smoking my cigar. I gave him a light, and then him and I pretty much stayed that whole spot for almost 2 hours, just talking and smoking. And I called him the next week. He told me about what he was doing. We kept in touch. I told him about this podcast I wanted to do. I said, I want to interview you, Kervyn. Sam. He said, no. You got to interview my boy first. I said, okay. He said, you guys have a lot in common. So next thing I know, I'm talking to Kervyn.
Yeah.
You know, and just so humble and so easy to talk to. And so informative, you know. Yes.
He
knows the business.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He knows the business.
Yeah, he knows.
Like if I would have had him with Maestro, you know, he would have taken off. He knows the business. He's very humble. Yeah. And you know, like I said, man, he pulls for the good guys. Yeah. You know, he's one of those. He pulls for the good guys. Yeah.
Well,
he doesn't try.
Now that you know him, when we go to do your little documentary about the making of the movie, we'll see he can't come down with us that day too.
Well, I wouldn't mind. I would love to see Kervyn. I haven't seen Kervyn. I have not seen Kervyn in. Well, no, let me correct that. I did see him. He came up here to play at SOBs.
Yeah. Okay.
And I was doing an event that day, and I had to rush, but I did not catch him DJing. I got there when he had just finished, and I just spoke to him briefly. Yes. But he's Kervyn's really, really a really good dude, man. Yeah. You know, he had me play for him on BLS.
Yeah. He's been here for a while now.
Longer than anybody in history.
Yep. What's it like about 12 to 15 years, right?
15 years. Yeah. 15 years. Yep. Yeah.
Yep.
He has the longest run of anybody doing mixed shows.
Yeah.
Consecutively, nonstop.
Yeah.
And the show's still dope. I heard his show last Friday. When I was driving home, and it was excellent.
Yeah.
So you know, Kev is very, very special to me. Very special.
So I'll make a mental note that as you and I schedule something, I'll see if we can't get him to join us.
Yeah. I would love it. Yeah. I would love for that to happen.
Yeah. Now, Kervyn, any other thoughts you wanna share?
No, man. I think from what I see and what you guys are doing, you know, I will definitely try to help as much as I can.
Well, listen,
you guys,
listen. The next time I call you, you come down. That's all the help I need, man, and just play as equally, if not better, brother. Come on, man. Come on.
yeah, no doubt.
And you come earlier so we can do more chicken wings, more cigars, and more tequila.
Yeah,
And see how well you play after that.
It was an easy drive, man. It was a pleasant drive, you know.
Well, not to be your guardian, but you did make me a little nervous because I say, call me when you get home.
Oh yeah. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, man. Dude, honestly, when I got home, it was like I just crashed right then.
Yeah. And
you know,
and I think I text you 1 o'clock in the morning because I was sitting on the porch having a cigar.
Yeah. Nah, I was already in bed, and then as soon as I woke up, I was like, "Oh snap! I forgot to I know it's at home okay." But it wasn't.
It's not a hard ride, but it's like an hour and 15 minutes at night. You know. And
at night it was 150. Yes, from my house. Yeah, door to door. It was an hour and 15 minutes. It was.
Yeah, so I was concerned. I was concerned about my DJ. I wanted to make sure you got home safely. That's why I just said, just text me. That's all. You don't have to have no conversation.
But it was worth the trip. I was like, this is really, really dope. But I definitely am looking forward to next time. I'll make myself a little bit more comfortable. So I basically came.
You seem comfortable with me that Sunday, man. Now, how much?
Oh, you made it so. You made it so. But I mean, I needed to check out more of the grounds. You had the lake, you had the river. The next, those are things I needed to go and like really check out. You know what I'm saying? I needed to do that.
Got you. Well, we're gonna get you here next time, and you'll have more time be outside, right?
Yeah.
Kervyn, Mr. Humbleness himself.
Buddy, thank you.
Yeah, God bless you, brother. So give me a couple of minutes. I'm gonna tag you in those the video and the stuff that you had talked about, and let's see if we can't get some pushback from that. I mean, pushback, get some feedback and keep it going, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. All right.
You are my friend. Let's stay connected and let's talk and text, man.
Absolutely.
All right, peace.
All right, man.
Talk to you in a minute. Yes,
Yep. Blessings.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
That concludes another episode of The Entrepreneurial Enclave with Kevin Wortham, the podcast that focuses on building, maintaining, pivoting, planning, and investing in you, the entrepreneur. We hope you found this episode informative and enlightening. If you have any questions or comments about any of our episodes, please call 609-731-9311 or email kevin@minding-our-business.com. We look forward to joining us for our next one. Until next time.